Stop searching for the miracle and be the miracle. This ain't gonna be lyrical, this is straight facts. Stop waiting on the change and be the change. This ain't new news, this go way back. Stop waiting on someone to get it for you, go get it for yourself. Take your pride back. If God is your motivator, then you can do all things. Believe that. My power is divine, every line aligned with the higher power, receive that.
What's up, guys, beautiful souls? Good morning. Good evening. I just want to encourage you today. I want to tell you that you are awesome. No one else can wear your shoes, carry your calling, or shine your light the way you do. So be kind to yourself. Appreciate how far you've come and give yourself grace through every season. Welcome back to Lies Changes Truth. I'm your host, BK Bless. And listen, if this episode touches your spirit and blesses your soul, please like, share, and subscribe and follow me on my socials. The more people we get these messages out to, the more people we can heal. Today, we're confronting one of the most dangerous lies men have been sold for generations. Not only sold, but celebrated, promoted, glorified, and passed down. And I want to be crystal clear. This lie has destroyed relationships, families, purpose, and souls. The lie? The more women you're with, the more man you are. And I gotta be transparent because I used to believe this lie, for real. I thought having multiple women, having game and having swag and being able to pull whoever you wanted to made you powerful, respected, and masculine. That's what culture teaches us, right? I'm saying the culture doesn't teach boys to value women. It teaches boys to conquer them. From a young age, boys are taught directly or indirectly that women are trophies. You hear things like, dang, look at her. You better get you one like that. He get all the girls, bro. That's my boy. And even when fathers mean well, culture usually teaches something different. You grow up watching athletes, rappers, actors, and the neighborhood hustler with different women. So naturally, young men begin to associate masculinity with sexual access. Boys are conditioned at an early age to get money, look good, build status, attract women, and compete with other men. We learn that when women want you, society says you're winning. The only issue is some men got game, but they don't have any peace. They can pull women easily, but can't maintain emotional intimacy. They attract beauty, but can't sustain real love. Because nobody tells us what happens after all those nights of casual companionship. Nobody talks about the silence, the loneliness, or the spiritual cost. Nobody tells you that after enough meaningless encounters, your soul starts asking questions your flesh can't answer. You got muscles, money, nice car, and mad women in your phone. So why you still feel alone? It's because just sex is temporary connection. And when it's over, you're usually left with the same emptiness you had before. Because sex can satisfy your body, but it doesn't heal the soul. The part no one seems to realize or want to admit is that men are human too. What I'm trying to say is, we don't just want sex. We desire real connection, peace, intimacy, loyalty, and understanding. But a lot of men have been taught to suppress that truth because vulnerability is made fun of. So instead of healing, we chase. We chase women trying to fill spaces only God, purpose, and real love can fill. But after a while, you realize more bodies doesn't heal brokenness. They only distract you. And the dangerous part is promiscuity in men is praised, while purity is mocked and ridiculed. If a young man has a lot of women, he's the man. I mean, he's that guy. If he's disciplined or he's a virgin, he's a lame. But I want to ask you something serious. If your masculinity depends on how many women want you, is that really masculinity or insecurity? And women sometimes reinforce this lie. We could be honest. Women say they want loyalty, but sometimes they're the main ones that reward this dysfunction. So some women chase men who already have a bunch of women because perceived demand creates attraction. If everybody wants him, he must be valuable, right? Please know that I'm not saying that this is all women, but it's enough to confuse young men because now they think to be chosen, I need status, I need options, and I need women. So the cycle just continues. Men perform, women validate, culture profits, and souls suffer. Too many men are dying on the inside, trying to impress a world that keeps moving the goalposts. We have to break this lie before another generation of men mistakes attention for value, lust for love, and popularity for purpose. Because when a man builds himself on cultural illusions, he might gain the world's approval, but lose his soul in the process. A man is not defined by his body count, his flexing, or his status symbols. A real man is defined by discipline, integrity, leadership, self-control, and honor. Proverbs 25:28 says, whoever has no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down without walls. I want you to really get this. Without self-control, you are vulnerable. That means if lust controls you, you're not powerful. You're enslaved. And what feels like control can actually be the thing controlling you. And what the world glamorizes as harmless indulgence is bondage they're calling freedom. But it can leave wounds in places no eye can see and could be chaining your soul to something deeper than you ever intended. I'm trying to tell you that this temporary pleasure reaches far beyond the body because sex is spiritual. Look at what it says in 1 Corinthians 6:16. Or do you not know that he who is joined to a harlot is one body with her? For the two, he says, shall become one flesh. That means intimacy is deeper than physical release. Every encounter carries energy, memory, emotional residue, and spiritual consequences. So when you sleep around, you might be unknowingly carrying trauma, brokenness, confusion, and comparison into your future relationships. So now, real love feels different. And when you finally meet someone worth loving, you might struggle because your mind has been conditioned for novelty. One woman no longer feels exciting enough, not because she lacks value, but because your appetite has been distorted. And now covenant feels boring to someone addicted to chaos. Years ago, a good friend once told me, your heart becomes cold when you entertain too many women. I didn't get it back then, but I started to realize that repeated emotional and sexual disconnection can desensitize your ability to connect and love deeply. See, you stop seeing women as nurturing, loving, and compassionate souls. You start to see them as experiences, conquests, and momentary gratification. If you only knew the damage that does to your marriage potential, your emotional intelligence, your trust, and your spiritual health. If you came for truth, here it is. Objectifying women ultimately objectifies your own heart. Kingdom love can't grow in a heart trained to consume. Sleeping around has real physical consequences as well as the spiritual ones. It can lead to STDs, unplanned pregnancies, emotional trauma, and broken homes. But spiritually, it can fracture the soul. 1 Corinthians 6:18 says, "Run from sexual sin. No other sin so clearly affects the body as this one does. For sexual immorality is a sin against your own body." Sex is not casual spiritually, even if the culture pretends that it is. Every sexual relationship carries weight. When you're with a lot of women, you will bring pieces of those experiences into new relationships. See, now you're comparing her body, her affection, her intimacy, and her personality without even realizing it. So some of us have sabotaged real love because your mind has been trained for consumption, not commitment. So now we ask, what would Jesus do? Jesus consistently honored women. He protected them. He valued them. He restored them. He never treated women as disposable. Matthew 5:28 says, "Whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his own heart." This isn't just about actions. This is about mindset. Romans 12:12 says, "Let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think." And when you really think about it, before promiscuity became a behavior, it became a belief. That belief that women are here for my pleasure. And the enemy loves that lie. Because if he can convince you that women are objects, he can keep you disconnected from the very thing God designed to teach you tenderness, honor, sacrifice, and real love. Meanwhile, your heart is becoming colder, your spirit weaker, and your ability to truly love slowly dying, but without even noticing it. And one day, you wake up surrounded by your experiences, but you're starving for genuine connection. But your mind can change. Your desires can change. Your habits can change. You don't have to stay trapped. When you embrace the truth that women are daughters of God and not trophies. We need to be teaching our sons these 4 principles. First, that attraction is natural, but objectification is wrong. There's nothing wrong with noticing beauty, but there's everything wrong with reducing women to beauty alone. Because beauty fades. It's character that matters. 2, that purity protects purpose. Every decision impacts your future marriage, your family, your mental health, and your spiritual health. 3, to learn discipline. Discipline is strength, and self-control is masculine. Anybody can indulge their desires, but a few can truly lead themselves. And 4, temporary pleasure can create permanent consequences. 5 minutes can cost you years of your life. Sometimes the greatest damage isn't what happened in the moment. It's realizing later that a few reckless choices robbed you of clarity, intimacy, and the deeper connection God intended for your life. And it's funny, right? Some men got enough exes to start a basketball league. and still can't explain why they feel empty. Bro, it's because you're choosing quantity over quality, sexual relations over relationships. Mike Tyson once said, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. That applies here, because sexual discipline might feel difficult, but it builds strength. See, a real man isn't the one who can get the most women. It's the one who can master himself, honor women, heal emotionally, lead spiritually, and build lasting love. That man changes generations. That's why you have to stay vigilant, because the culture only wants to profit off of this lie at your expense. We all know that sex sells, lust sells, and insecurity sells. The culture profits when men remain addicted, distracted, emotionally shallow, and spiritually weak. Because disciplined men are dangerous. They build, they lead, they protect, and they transform bloodlines. We gotta stop teaching our boys how to get girls and start teaching them how to honor women. Because one creates consumers, the other creates kings. Men, you were not created to live enslaved to lust. You were not called to collect bodies while losing your soul. You've mistaken lust for power, but it's leaving you empty. God is calling you higher. He doesn't want to shame you. He wants to restore you. Because when men heal, families heal, women heal, children heal, and generations heal. So don't chase women, chase wholeness. Because in the end, temporary pleasure can never compete with lasting purpose. Sleeping with a bunch of women usually reveals a lack of discipline, a need for validation, emotional wounds, and spiritual emptiness. So can you control yourself? Can you honor women? Can you protect your purpose? Can you build rather than consume? Because that's manhood. The lie, more women makes me more valuable and more of a man. The change, shift from conquest to character, from validation through women to identity through God and discipline. The truth, real manhood is not proven by how many women you can attract or sleep with, but by how well you can lead, love, honor, and discipline yourself. This has been episode 56 of Lies Changes Truth. I'm your host, BK Blessed. I just want to say one last thing. You are not too far gone. You are not beyond healing. You are not disqualified because of your past. But you must confront the lie head on, because freedom begins when the deception ends. You were made for more than temporary pleasure. You were made for purpose, for wholeness, for truth. And the truth, it will set you free. Your life is too valuable to waste on temporary validation. Your calling is too important. Your soul is too sacred. Don't let the culture train you to misuse who God called you to protect. Because chasing bodies might earn applause from this broken culture, but becoming a man of integrity impacts generations, transforms bloodlines, and leaves a legacy your children's children can be proud of. Until next time, stay disciplined, keep it in your pants, and stay you.
Be alright, you gon' be alright. Have no fear, cause he's right here. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. This is your time, this is your life. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Be a motivator, be an innovator, be the best you. Block out the haters, Winners fail and fail, but a failure quits. Go through the fire, cause your path is lit. You'll get through the pain, it might hurt a bit. That's how you get your weight up. So move all these mountains, knock down these walls, and break all these bricks. Don't let the devil fool you, see through the tricks. Can you feel the power? Yeah, you getting stronger. Can you make it through? Yeah, you got through harder. See, the time is now, can't wait no longer. Cast out the fears, no more paranoia. This is destiny, time to grab a hold. This is meant to be, time to let it go. Believe in yourself, God's in control. This the realest thing I ever wrote, to whom it may concern. This is your life, this is your time. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Follow God's plan, follow His light. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Have no fear, cause He's right here. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. This is your time, this is your life. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright.